Hi guys, I'm Reveena and welcome to my kitchen. I have a great recipe for you. Today we are making a kale mint pesto with Israeli couscous, which I like to lovingly refer to as fat couscous, with a whole bunch of different sauteed veggies. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. I need to apologize in advance because it does use 4 different pans, but most of them you can clean in like 3 seconds because it's just toasting nuts and boiling water. But we'll get there. So I have over here a medium head of kale, and I actually got the help of my lovely girlfriend, my sous chef, or as she likes to refer to herself as my sous les pieds chef, which means my underfoot chef in French. And all you do is, or all you get someone else to do, is take the kale and tear it off the rib, which is in the middle, because you don't really want that in your pesto, and tear it into pieces. And now all I'm going to do, see if I can gather it all in one, is pop it in a pan of boiling water. And then what you're going to do is let that cook for around 5 to 10 minutes or until it's tender. And when you chew it, you're not like, but you're like, right? Because it's easier to chew because it's been cooked. And then we're going to make that into our pesto. The next thing that I want you to do is to take 2 cups of Israeli couscous. This is Israeli couscous, otherwise known as pearl couscous, and it's fat. It's very fat couscous. And just rinse it well under some cold water, and then put it into 4 cups of cold water. Add a small pinch of salt, sea salt if you will. Cover it, put it on the stove, and then you're going to turn the heat on high, bring it to a boil, turn the heat on low once it comes to said boil, and let it simmer for around 15 minutes or until the fat couscous is completely cooked through. And now onto my veggies. So I have a medium head of cauliflower, which I once again did not prepare. I have someone very special who's willing to do my work, who's willing to help me out, which is really nice. I hope that you're all as lucky as I am, and you have someone who's willing to help you out and break cauliflower into perfect little florets. So you want them about this size. Study Alex's technique carefully. She's doing a PhD in cauliflower science. Kidding, I'm kidding. She's really smart. So take your cauliflower, and I'm putting it into a large pan along with half a cup of water. And then you're going to cover your pan and you're going to let that steam for around 5 minutes, just until the cauliflower is lightly tender. Then you're going to uncover it and add in 2 zucchinis and 1 summer squash. And I also took 2 peppers. I did 1 green and 1 red just for color, but you do whatever you want to. And we're just gonna let that saute with the cauliflower and 2 tablespoons of olive oil, good pinch of salt and pepper, just for around 10 minutes until everything is delicious and golden brown and still a little bit crunchy. So my couscous are cooking away, and now it's time to get started on the pesto, which is ridiculously easy because I have this beautiful creature called a food processor. So I have the kale, which I am just draining off a bit of the water. So kale in the blender, olive oil in the blender, which is half a cup. And then I have 1 inch of ginger, so just kind of, you know, a moderately sized piece. It's not really important. And if you don't like the idea of putting in ginger, you don't have to, but it adds sort of like a really nice zinginess, which I appreciate. So some ginger, 2 cloves of garlic. I have 3/4 of a cup of walnuts, and all I did is toast them in a pan, one of the 4 pans that you have to wash, but like seriously, there's no washing required in this. And then the last 2 things which I'm going to add are around 3/4 of a cup of mint. This is some nice fresh mint from my garden, and I'm just tearing it off the stalk. That's gonna go in. And then I have a lemon, and all I'm going to do is zest it using this awesome implement called a microplane. So just take it, zest away, and then I'm going to add in the juice of the lemon and blend until I have a nice, smooth pesto, and it's gonna be delicious. Couscous is done. my veggies are done, and all I did to the pesto is just added a little bit of salt and pepper, and of course this is to taste. So, now I just have to use my massive arm strength and combine everything in this big bowl over here. Now, I'm just letting you know that this does make a lot, and that's okay because it's absolutely delicious. And if you don't want to make this much, then just half the recipe. But what I would recommend is that you make the full amount of pesto, because this pesto is like the greatest thing that you've ever eaten, along with my other pesto recipe. I love pesto, can you tell? And so make this pesto, and then keep half of it in the fridge or the freezer, up to you. And then just make yourself some pasta, either a gluten-free pasta or regular pasta, completely up to you. Add some tomatoes, some olives, whatever you want, and you've just gotten yourself the most incredible dinner in a matter of minutes. So now we add our pesto to this, and then all we gotta do is mix it up and give it a taste. It's so good. It's so good. I have to say that making kale pesto is also way cheaper than using basil and pine nuts. You guys need to make this. The pesto is creamy, it's lovely and fresh, and then you have the nice crunch from the veggies. And the Israeli couscous, thick couscous, is like, it kind of keeps a chewiness to it, which is really pleasant in this. Of course, if you wanted to, you can just use pasta. You can also use quinoa if you wanted to, though the texture thing wouldn't be quite as on point. If you're going to use quinoa, I'd cut the veggies smaller and use half the pesto and then save the rest of the pesto for later. Any woozles, lots to do. If you guys have any questions, you know where to ask them, either on my website, reveenaskitchen.com, where you can also find this recipe, or in the description, not in the description box, in the comment section down below. So just let me know if you guys are looking for more ideas of what to do with this absolutely incredible pesto. Please also let me know what you think, and like this video if you liked this video. It's like kind of the point, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Oh.